We have breaking news. Let's get right to it.
Past 24 hours, we've seen 34 new cases of COVID-19 here in Utah.
Following breaking news out of Utah, a magnitude 5.7 earthquake hitting just after 7 a.m. local time, about 10 miles west of Salt Lake City.
You need 100 to 150,000 tests a day.
Welcome to Iso20 Podcast, a podcast to get you through this damn quarantine. I hope you are doing good. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're having the day that you deserve. I've been saying this saying, I don't even know where I got it from. I'm sure, obviously it's not original, but I don't know where I got it from. I just been saying it lately, cause sometimes you don't want somebody to have a good day, especially if they don't deserve it. If you don't deserve to have a good day, then you deserve to have whatever day you deserve, right? So I've been saying this thing of, I hope you're having the day you deserve. Whether if that's a good day, a bad day, a day that is in between, whatever that looks like, whatever you deserve. And hopefully you deserve a good day. Hopefully you deserve the best day, right? Hopefully you deserve the best day ever. I go by the name of Dread, the number one Chief Rocka, Andre. Just a normal guy. And thank you for clicking play on this podcast, whatever audio platform you're listening to. If you're on the YouTube, shout out to the YouTube gang going strong. Consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. We really appreciate all the love that we've been getting and that we continue to get. Most recently, I had a homie, somebody that I really respect, somebody that I've been following since I moved to Utah back in 05. I should say moved back to Utah in 05. My man Danger Boy, aka DB, aka Patrick, aka Pat. This man is a great father, a great husband, and maybe you might be hearing me say that a lot as far as being a great father and a husband. I don't want to say I found a new respect, because I've always respected good parents, and I've always respected I ain't gonna lie, I haven't always respected good husbands, but I most recently becoming a father, becoming I guess you would say a husband. Well, obviously me and my lady, not obviously, but me and my lady, we're not married. Hopefully that happens someday. I don't know what that looks like, but one day we'll get married. It's a conversation that we've had before. We just haven't made that happen, or I guess I haven't asked her to be my wife. But being a father of two boys, being an uncle, I have a huge respect for parenting. People that are just good parents. And you might argue what makes a good parent. I don't know what that looks like. I know what I'm looking for as far as being a quality parent, being a quality father. Because one, I grew up with a father, right? I grew up with a single household father. I never grew up with my mom. So knowing what my dad sacrificed and stuff like that, I look at those qualities in a parent. And this man has two qualities I really respect and really want to mirror, as far as the love that he shows his wife and the love and support that he shows his son, my man DB. So if you have not, go check out the last episode I did with him. I did it on, I believe it was on Friday. And, I've been I wanted to get him on Flight 89, him and Buddha, but it just didn't work out. They're busy guys. Buddha is extremely busy. But DB is a part of a really successful radio show on Rock 106.7. And he's been a figure out here in these Utah streets for decades. So definitely go check it out. I think you get an opportunity to understand who he is, and him being a father and things like that. So check that out if you have not. And if you are somebody, because I've noticed that a few followers came on since that episode, so I'm assuming that they were maybe his support system, his supporters came over to our platform. So salute to you guys for joining. And I hope that you continue to join and continue to ride this audio journey. I weighed in on Saturday. So Saturday's usually my weigh-in day. I weighed in and I felt good. Like I feel light. Like when you eat certain things, you might feel a little bit heavier than other days and things like that. But this whole week I've been feeling light. I haven't put on any carbs really. I mean, lightweight carbs. Like I've had a couple pieces of toast and stuff like that, whole grain, which I'm assuming is better than whole wheat. I mean, like sourdough and stuff like that. So I just tried to eat more, I guess, oats and fiber into my diet. Not more, but when I do eat those kind of carbs and stuff, I try to eat the whole wheat type of breads. And so, yeah, I felt really light all week. And so I was actually really excited about this weigh-in. Water break. So, man, it's Saturday. I tell my lady, I'm like, cause I don't like to look down at the scale because I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just my psyche, but I feel like if I'm looking down, I'm putting more mass and more weight. Like I try to stand tall, shoulders, shoulders out, chest out. I mean, shoulders back, chest out. Real tall when I'm weighing in, and cause I feel like that's gonna give me the best reading instead of looking down and I feel like the gravity or whatever. So I tell my lady, I'm like, yo, babe, can you help me out with this real quick? And so she comes in and, I'm butt ass naked. First of all, I don't know if anybody else feels vulnerable when they're in front of their significant other, women. I don't know if you feel vulnerable when you're in front of your mate naked, but damn, I feel hella vulnerable with my dick in my hand and just standing there on a scale talking about, babe, can you look at this damn thing down here? I'm into some really very vulnerable situations with my lady. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else has that kind of feeling, but it's just weird. It's just a weird thing when you're in a relationship. I guess you can feel comfortable to do that kind of stuff, but I still feel vulnerable doing it. So she tells me she weighs me in and she does it weekly with me. And so she looks down at the scale and she's like, step off. And so I step off. Step back on. I'm like, damn, what is she doing? Is she fucking with me? Is she fucking me right now? Is she trying to tell me I had to gain some weight? Because usually, like, when you're like, yo, step off and step back on, it's like, yo, you probably put on some weight, or there's some weight there that wasn't there before. So that's what's in my mind. I'm like, damn, she's fucking with me. Like, this is gonna be bad. I gained some weight. So then I step back on and she gets my weight and she's like, you didn't lose anything. It's the same. I'm like, damn, fuck. I felt really good this week. So long story to my weigh-in was that I didn't lose anything, but I didn't gain anything either. We were the same this week, which 2 weeks ago, that's what happened again. But the following week I lost 8 pounds. So I don't know. We'll see what happens this week. When these kind of things happen, you can't get on yourself as far as like, don't expect anything with this weight loss stuff. Just stick to your guns and stay consistent. And I think I'm using that in life right now. I think I'm using it in life to try to be consistent with things with this weight loss journey, with the things I enjoy, such as this podcast, with trying to homework daily with my son, just trying to make my family laugh daily and things like that, trying to be consistent with it without an expectation, right? If I make my sons laugh, I'm not expecting them to just be the best kids ever, right? But and same thing with this, like my weight loss, I'm not eating the right things to with the expectation that I'm gonna drop 8 pounds each week. I'm doing it with I guess the understanding that eventually I'm gonna get where I need to be, as long as I stick to my guns and stay consistent. So yeah, like if you're I listened to The Other Side of the Beehive this week, which is another podcast that I always mention on this podcast, with Angel and Justin. They had a friend of mine, Bad Boy Brian. He's a DJ out here. He sat in for Justin this week, and he was talking about his weight loss and the things that he wants to do and things like that. And it's really motivating when you hear others talk about their weight loss. right? So, or talk about thinking about getting into it. One, I don't want to pressure nobody into doing this. It has to be on your time. That's one thing with this, is that with your weight loss, if you're not in the right mindset, you're not gonna stay consistent with it. You're gonna be like, oh, I can just do it this day, or oh, I'm gonna start on Monday, or if you fall off the wagon, oh, I'll just start at the beginning of the month. Like, that's one thing that if you're not here, like in the mind, if you're not all the way there and you're committed to doing it, I don't think you'll see success. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from my experience. When I was not in the mindset, and maybe somebody else was just like, yo, do it, it didn't stick with me. It's when I talk to somebody, or I get some type of inspiration to really jump into it. That's when I take it serious. That's when I'm up at 4 o'clock to have a 5 o'clock workout. That's when I work all day at home and I don't go into the kitchen to get Doritos or to warm up something unhealthy, right? Because I still have unhealthy food in my house, but it's about the consumption, right? The amount of bad things that I'm putting in my body. So hope that makes sense. But yeah, I was listening to that podcast with him, and it just motivated me even more, because it's like, he knows what I've been through, and he knows what I'm going through without knowing what I'm going through. I know what he's going through, and I reach out to him. I'm like, yo, like, this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm doing, this is the program that I'm kind of on, and things like that. And I don't know, it's just motivating to see that. So yeah, 0 gain but 0 loss. Hopefully we have some losses, some weight loss next week, or this week, I should say. But yeah, I'm gonna still drink my water. I'm still going to eat the portions that I need to eat and stick within the calories that I need to stick with. And hopefully, I see the results, but I'm not expecting nothing. I watched Joe Rogan's special Strange Times on Netflix, and it kind of just, normally the comedy specials, unless it's like Chappelle or like Murphy or Rock or somebody like of that esque, I usually, the specials usually just they just fall on me, right? I'm just scrolling, I'm like, oh, I'll check it out. So I checked out Joe Rogan, which I'm a huge Joe Rogan fan when it comes to like his commentary with the UFC and his podcast. I'm a huge fan in that light. In the comedy light, not so much. So it was on Saturday. We're just chilling and dinner's cooking. So I'm just chilling, and I find it, I put it on, and it's actually fucking funny. It's really funny. He talks about things that I'm like, I can relate to, like growing up and having 2 dogs, and a cat. Their personalities and the things that they do, and he hits the nail on the head with their personalities, like a cat being just fucking thinks that they're shit, right? And then like dogs, like just being dumb as fuck and shit like that. So it's funny as hell. So if you're looking for a new comedy special to check out, or looking for some new content to check out on Netflix, check out Joe Rogan's Strange Times. It's a good one. Okay, I think that's about it. Should we jump into it? Let's get into it. Here comes the news. Donald Trump, the president of the United States of America, the leader of the free world. You're fired. That guy. He had a press conference, and I know you've seen it, but he had an idea that was pretty funny, and he tried to backtrack and say that he was being sarcastic. Don't take my word for it on the sarcasm. Let's listen to Donald Trump on this.
Some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning, because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. So,
it sounds interesting to me. Disinfectant can kill this virus. All right. Donald Trump thinks that we should be ingesting it or putting it in us in some way, whether if that's through the veins or, consumption orally. Pause. Please don't do this. Please don't be out there drinking disinfectant. Please do not inject yourself with disinfectant. Please do not. If we have to tell you, do not do this. I mean, I feel bad for you anyway, but please do not take this man's advice. No matter if he was being sarcastic or not, there's people out there that don't know how to think for themselves and will do whatever you tell them to do. Do not do that. If you do want something, get a vaccine. Get something that has been tested, something that has been approved. I'm not saying that that's the best route, but definitely don't put something that you can buy for $3.99 at Smith's in your veins or drink. That is bad news. And I do not want to hear stories about people dying over this shit. That's not worth it. It's not worth it, and you can really fucking kill yourself. Please do not do that. I don't know if he was being, I think he was being serious. I do not think that he was being sarcastic. I want to know what you think though. Do you think the president was being sarcastic in his remarks? Do you even care? Are you like, I'm not dumb enough to do that, so I don't even care what this man says? I don't know, but I do want to hear from you. So put it in the comments, drop me a line, hit me in the DMs or something. Let me know what you think. Let's see, Kim Jong-un, North Korea's leader, the god of North Korea. Supposedly this man's been disappearing. Well, I guess word on the street is that he's dead. I haven't heard from Dennis Rodman, so I don't know. There's nobody here in the US that can confirm this except for Dennis Rodman. So I don't know if we're gonna get a breaking news story from The Last Dance from Dennis Rodman to be like, yo, my man's dead. If he's dead, then I think we would hear from Dennis. I think Dennis would cry. I think we would see Dennis trying to get over to North Korea because that's his homie. Like that's his, might be his lover. I don't know. But do you remember though? Like it was in the store. It was in the news years ago. I want to say like 2012, maybe even like 14, where it was reported that he just disappeared. Kim Jong-un. It was reported that he just disappeared from the country and nobody could find him, and then he just came back like nothing. So there's that could be a possibility. It could be him just laying low. Maybe he just had surgery or something, because he's very obese and he does not take care of himself. He be smoking cigarettes. He's a chain smoker. He's, I believe, 36. So who knows? Corona could have got him. I don't know. But what I do know is that if anybody's gonna tell us, it's gonna be Dennis Rodman. And that's fucking weird to say. That's weird to say that the only way that we're gonna hear about this, like get factual facts, is gonna be from an ex-NBA player with arguably one of the best documentaries ever out right now. Dennis Rodman. Dennis, let us know what's going on. Forbes confirmed Kanye West is worth $1.3 billion, which makes him the latest hip-hop superstar alongside of Jay-Z and of course Dr. Dre to reach $1 billion. This man is a billionaire, which is crazy because what was it, 2013, 14ish, where he claimed that he was broke and that he was not in a good financial place, right? That was the Houseway days, right? And now he's a billionaire. Kanye West, he receives 11% of all Yeezy brand revenue. And Yeezy brand is killing it. Adidas is killing it right now. I don't know if you had a chance to see GQ's their little sit down with Yeezy, with Ye. But they went to his Jackson Hole, Wyoming ranch and sat down with him and was just discussing this combine campus that he's going to be building out there in Wyoming for Yeezy brand. And what he was saying, it makes sense now. It sounds like he has the capital to make this thing happen, because he's honestly, it sounds like he's making like a whole fucking country. And this shit looks and sounds wild. It looks like some Star Wars type shit where he has like tunnels and like think places where it looks like it's on Mars. Like, it looks bananas. The concept pieces that they put together, it looks really crazy. But Yeezy, Ye, says that they have over 4,500 acres in one place. And I think that's Jackson Hole. And then they have another 6,500 acres, all to put the Yeezy campus on. Like, so much going on out there in Wyoming. So salute to Ye for reaching that big Billy. Not a lot of, aside from hip hop artists, not a lot of black billionaires. So to see this and to see Ye make a billion and be worth 1.3 is dope to see. So congratulations to him. That's just more money for that Kardashian clan. What was the other sister, Kylie? She reached $1 billion a couple years ago. She was the youngest Kardashian to reach that amount. So man, tons of money going on over there. I mean, the you never know, man. We might see a Kardashian state. We might see the West Kardashian state. Wyoming might be called Kardashian West in the next 10 years. Who knows? All I know is that shit, I'm gonna be driving over there though. If the campus is open, what? I'm gonna give you a little part-time job over there at the Yeezy campus. Talking about, yo, let me get the discount. Let me get the Yeezy discount. They might treat the Yeezy campus the way Portland treats the Nike campus. If you have a plug at the Nike campus, you the man. Like growing up, like, cause we used to product test for Nike, and we used to product test for Adidas and Reebok too. And like, we would always go on these tours up in Beaverton to the Nike campus, and it was dope. It was really dope. So if Ye is gonna be doing some things like that, I'm down. I am 100% down. But even then, like, some of our high schools down here, if we can get some Yeezy support out here, because we're right down the street. Like, Jackson Hole ain't that far from here. So if Ye is like, yo, and I heard Ye likes Salt Lake, so if we can get some Yeezy sponsorships out here for some of the high schools, shit, I'm with it. And I know the high schools would love that shit too. All right, what else we got? DMX, man, we have not heard from DMX since he checked himself in to his I believe it was a mental institute. I don't know the right verbiage for this, but it was an institute for mental illness, to my knowledge it was. And or maybe it was drugs, something like that. I should really fact check this, but anyway, we haven't heard from him since then. And DMX out of nowhere comes on Instagram and he's like, yo, going live. You know, I don't talk much. And you know, I don't talk unless I got something to say. Going live at 7 p.m. So everybody was really hype about this. What's DMX gonna say? Are we gonna get a DMX versus? It didn't sound right. It didn't sound right that we would get a versus with DMX and somebody else. Although, who would DMX go against? Who was a good versus for DMX? Would you put maybe Ludacris? Ludacris versus DMX? I don't know. Maybe that's disrespectful. But we don't know what DMX was gonna say. We didn't know. We didn't know what to expect. So DMX gets on his live and he's sitting and it looks like he's in like the most peaceful fucking earthy place ever. Got the trees behind him, bro, real peaceful. And he goes in and he starts discussing having loved ones around and getting back who we used to be. what we were made for is to practice God's will, right? And so he's essentially giving a sermon, right? He's essentially like he's preaching, right? And we've seen this from DMX before. Like, he's a holy guy, right? He talks about the good book a lot, and so he just starts talking about that. He just talks about how we need to let go and let be, as far as we don't control shit. It's all God's work. The story has already been written. For you, for I, for us. It has already been written. So don't sweat the big stuff. Don't sweat, the things that are out of your control, essentially. Right? I really liked it. I think it was cool for the parts that I caught. I didn't catch the whole thing. Just because, I got kids and shit. I got things to do other than just sit on Instagram. So it was a dope message. It is on YouTube if you want to go back and watch it. I'm pretty sure people screenshotted it and things like that. But DMX also said that there's some new music coming. I don't know what that looks like. Kind of talking about, yay, how dope would it be if we got a Jesus is King but DMX or something like that. I don't know. Do we see Swizz or what? I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. But I'm excited about it. Anything DMX, man. Anything DMX. If we're going to get a DMX doc, I'm excited about it. If we're getting a DMX sit down, I'm excited about it. DMX music, excited about it. Anything in a positive light for that man, I'm excited about. Because he is a great. You can't talk about hip hop without mentioning DMX. He is a great. Okay. I think that covered the news. Should we jump into it? Is Tom Brady gonna break into my house? Here comes sports. All right. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have acquired Rob Gronkowski. Gronk is going to Tampa Bay. The Patriots have traded him to join Tom Brady. I don't know if this is a master plan. Gronk is always going to be a tight end that I think is a threat. He's big, he's fast, he's strong. And Tom Brady is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever do it. So I think when people say, yeah, they didn't have the greatest season their last seasons, or yeah, they're getting old, or I should say Tom Brady's getting old, that really doesn't matter. Like, they got experience, they know each other, and they play well together. Obviously, I'm assuming Tom hit him up and was like, yo, you need to come over here to Florida with me and let's get another ring, or let's try to get another ring. Let's have a good time, right? And Gronk is like, shit, I'm down. I need to stop partying anyway. Steve Harvey out here put a hit on my head for fucking spiking his Lego head. Let me get a shot at this. So these two are now Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have probably arguably the trashiest fucking uniforms ever. Like, the whole pirate thing was garbage. Actually, no, I ain't gonna lie. The way they had their ship, I don't know if you remember, like, the Super Bowl back in the Warren Sapp days, how they had the fucking the pirate ship. Every time they won or got a touchdown, they shoot off the little cannon. That was kind of tight, I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, we got something to look forward to there. We'll see what happens with the Bucks. But we'll see. And word on the street is they're trying to get AB as well. So we'll see what happens there. Tom Brady, when he flew into Florida, unknowingly went into a stranger's house. So Tom Brady thought he was going into the offensive coordinator's crib, which is kind of weird at the same time, because I don't think they're supposed to be communicating like that before the season, or before the season. But Tom Brady showed up to Florida and was like, yo, I'm here, I'm ready to go. Walks into this man's house, and it's not the coordinator, it's not the offensive coordinator that he was expected to walk in and meet. It was the neighbor. And the neighbor, this is how privileged Tom Brady is. He walked into the house. The gentleman's like, yo, hi. And Tom is like, do I have the wrong house? And the buddy's like, yeah, who are you looking for? It kind of reminds me of that sketch comedy or that comedy bit from Cat Williams. Like, I'm gonna call. No, we can figure this out. What number did you call? You hang up and dial again. Like, it was so nice of him to just be like, yeah, you're in the wrong house, but who are you trying to find? Maybe I can help you find this person's house. Instead of like it being Florida and expecting to be shot or something wild, like a wild Florida story could have really happened, but it must have been in the right neighborhood. Maybe in this neighborhood in Florida, I think it's southern Tampa, you can just walk into people's houses and people are nice with it and cool with it. I don't know. But what I do know is that if it was me and somebody's walking into my, first of all, why is your door unlocked? Your door should be locked, my friend. Don't play that. This man's been quarantined for weeks, and the first person that he sees out of quarantine is Tom Brady. I would have asked for a stack. Yo, Tom, you got the wrong house, but let me go ahead and hold a G. What's in your bag? Let me get your bag real quick. Let me just hold that bag. There's got to be something of value in there. Yo, how bad would that have been if we got news that Tom Brady got shot for entering the wrong crib? Like, when you're going to somebody's house that you've never been to before, you don't just like walk into their crib. You like call them, yo, I'm out front, and then they come out and meet you. You don't just walk in. I don't even knock. That's 100% the truth. When I'm going to somebody's house that I've never been to before, and they send me the Addy, I get there, I'm like, yo, I'm out front. I think I'm in the right place. Even if I see their car and I recognize their car, I'm always hit them with the, yo, I think I'm in the right place. And then they come outside. So you can't just go up there. You can't just go up there and knock and be like, yo. You can't do that. Call them, and then they'll come out and meet you. Oh, Tom. Something else that is that's going on in Florida. We just got confirmation. I gotta, now from now on, any confirmations are subject to change. Dana White, you have made it to where this is any event that you announce, anything that you do is subject to change. It has to have that disclaimer. We got UFC 249. I think this is the third announcement that I've went over with this. UFC 249 goes down Saturday, May 9th in Florida. We confirm the main event, Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje, which I don't know how they kept that. I don't know if they got approved by the governor and the mayor and things like that to have this event in Florida. I wonder if they just weren't able to get Khabib in the States or what happened there. But nevertheless, we still get Justin Gaethje, which we were excited about. Or I should say I was excited about. We also got on the co-main event, Henry Cejudo going up against a man that we have not seen in about 4 or 5 years. Henry Cejudo puts his bantamweight title belt on the line against Dominic Cruz. Now, Dominic Cruz, you might be saying, Dominic Cruz is washed. Garbrandt put it to him. Had him breakdancing in front. Yo, when Garbrandt started breakdancing in front of Dominic Cruz, I lost it. I was at my homegirl Blue and Heather's house and we watched that fight. And that was the fight that Amanda Nunes ripped apart. What's her name? Ronda Rousey. So you might be saying, Dominic Cruz, why are you going up? Why do you get a title defense against Henry Cejudo? You got washed last fight. Let's not forget that Dominic Cruz is a great fighter. Do I think he can beat Henry Cejudo? I really don't like Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo is kind of like the bantamweight's Daniel Cormier. Like, he's really fucking good, but I just don't like his face. And I don't know if I should like another man's face, pause. But I'm going to have to go with Henry Cejudo. I'm going to go with the champ, keeping his belt. I didn't even say, I'm going for Justin Gaethje. I got to go for him just because I don't like Tony Ferguson. He's a weirdo. We also got Francis Ngannou. This is the third. This is all on the main event, by the way. So before Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz, we got Francis Ngannou, and he's going up against Rosenstruck. I'm not going to try to say his first name because I don't even know how to pronounce it. But Rosenstruck, if you have not seen him fight, he knocks people into another dimension. We've seen Francis Ngannou put people into a whole nother atmosphere. Rosenstruck does the same shit. Somebody's going. I do not see this going out of the first round. I think Ngannou's gonna play this the same way that he did Dos Anjos. I think he's gonna start out with some leg kicks, work him out with some leg kicks, and then. But I think Rosenstruck's gonna catch. I think he's gonna catch him. I think this might be the first time that we see Ngannou go out. I think this might be. I really like Francis Ngannou though. I think he would be a great champion. He's a humble guy. He helps his community. He doesn't shit talk. Like, he's a good dude, and you see it. But I don't think he can get this one done. But knowing me and my picks, everybody that I pick is gonna lose. So don't hold me to it. Greg Hardy and De Castro. That one, I really hope Greg Hardy loses just because he's Greg Hardy. But De Castro, he had a good fight. His last fight. I thought he was gonna get washed, but he didn't. I think it was Adams that he fought. But we'll see. UFC 249, Saturday, May 9th. We had a lot of fucking fights that fight. The early prelims start at like 4:30 or 4 o'clock, and then the regular prelims start at 6, and then obviously the main event starts at 8. So a fucking whole day of fights. And I already told my lady, I was like, yo, if I'm not DJing that night, I'm ordering this fight, and it's on and popping all day. I might even just fucking say fuck my calories that day and drink a little bit. I have not been drinking any of my calories, so maybe that'd be the day that I drink my calories. I don't know. We'll see. What else? The Last Dance episode 3 and episode 4 dropped. If you've seen episode 1 and 2, that was a main focus on like MJ, backstory on MJ a little bit. The whole thing's about MJ, to be honest with you, but there's these little B-roll parts of like his teammates, like Scottie Pippen. And this episode 3, was centered around Dennis Rodman a little bit and Doug Collins, which was the first Bulls coach that he had over there, who took him to the Eastern Conference Finals. Great coach. Jordan loved him. They were kissing and shit. That was weird. I don't know if you caught that. But yeah, Michael Jordan and Doug Collins kissing and shit. So that was episode 3. It was dope. We got to see Carmen Electra's little scary ass. That story was crazy. They have MJ. So MJ, part of Dennis Rodman's mental health, he told him, yo, I need a vacation. So mid-season, Dennis was told he can go for a 48-hour vacation. So right after he got the green light from Phil Jackson, he went out to Vegas and partied. He partied for like 84 days. He was supposed to be back in 48 hours. So it took Mike to track him down, go down to the hotel, knock on the door. Carmen Electra like, yo, what the fuck? This Michael Jordan. Said that she was hiding underneath some covers and shit. Mike wouldn't go into details, but he said it was some wild shit going on in there. So I wonder what that was. But yeah, so it took Michael to go down to the damn hotel to bring out Dennis and bring him back to practice. Dennis Rodman shows up in his damn pajamas and is practicing in his pajamas. Like, and MJ said it, like, nobody was as smart as Dennis, and you never see MJ talk bad about Dennis. He was like, yo, Dennis partied hard, but he worked harder. Like, he would party all night and then come back to practice and out practice and out hustle the other guys. It's crazy. And then when Doug Collins fucking kissed Mike, that was wild. It was definitely wild. Episode 4 highlighted Phil Jackson. I knew Phil played for the Knickerbockers, but I did not know that he had won a championship and things like that over in Italy coaching. I think it was Italy. I didn't know that. And it's crazy to see like old footage of Phil like play. He looks like an alien. He looks like a fucking overgrown ape, gorilla, alien type of fucking person. Like the way he's built is weird. And I'm the last person that should talk about anybody being built weird. But yeah, episode 4 highlighted Phil Jackson and went into like how he became the Zen master and his outlook on being a good role model and good coach and things like that. And yeah, it was really good. Episode 4, episode 3 and 4, like this right here has been 4 hours of great content, and I can't say it enough. Thank you for putting this out, because we've been scratching for it. We've been feeding for something like this, because sports are done right now, so we needed something. Episode 4 also highlighted the Chicago Bulls coming back and beating Detroit, beating the bad boys. They lost two playoff runs to the bad boys of Detroit. And then when MJ and company came through and they beat them, what the starters do, they all left. The bench left before the game was over. They didn't clap up or anything. They didn't say congratulations or anything like that. Poor sports, poor losers. Fuck them. I think that's it. Thank you for listening to this week's podcast. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to all the supporters that have been supporting and continue to support. Be sure to check out my last episode with DB. All the previous episodes, man. I think there's some good stuff in there that I think you would like. So definitely check it out. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe to YouTube. You can find everything having to do with me, the things that I'm doing, anything that you hear on here that you're like, yo, I'm interested in that. You can go on to allrock.com. That's ALLRAWK.com. And subscribe there. Subscribe to all the platforms. If you want to donate, there's some donation buttons up there. I really like the vibe that has been coming the way of the podcast and things like that. Like, a lot of people are showing love, so I thank you to Lonzo, thank you to DB, thank you to Angel, Bad Boy Brian, like everybody that has been supporting and showing love. KJ just hit me up that him and Raise Energy just got a promo code. So if you go on to Raise Energy, that's RAZE, and you use promo code Lane Vision, you can get 15% off your order. And yeah, I really enjoy those. So I'll be throwing them out some more. But be sure to use that promo code Lane Vision for 15% off of that. Be sure to listen to, if you're looking for a podcast to listen to the Young OG Perspective. Listen to The Other Side of the Beehive. Listen to Geek Show. What else? Hooker, DB, and Becca. They got they podcast a radio show, so be sure to check that out. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, DB and Big Buddha. Yeah, of course. And thank you to Lonzo. Me and Lonzo had a podcast without even recording it the other day, and I really appreciate him reaching out and just checking in. Like, he was just like, yo, what's going on? And we had a really good conversation, and so we'll probably be podcasting here soon and things like that. So again, thank you to everybody. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough. I hope you all have a great day and continue to do great things. I hope you have the day you deserve. Until next time, peace.